elevators or stairs.
Is that really her? Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of...
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble. That's definitely not what I thought I was signing you up for. So, were you two able to get that work?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly...
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our... Terrormorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in... One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us. Well, that's about the best. Percival and I, we were military scientists. Ran a division of the UC to...
Place I was hiding out. That was our
After some early fits and starts at a practice that's been banned. Oh. Well... But it was during... The project never got off the ground. But the data, under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions, still participate. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher, and hopefully, how to prevent more... All right.
Good luck.
Consider this unit always on the job.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the Cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to proper... But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming. So, in the interest of full disclosure... My relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it... I am a clone of a man named Francois. They called him V. Victus. The program I was... secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. No. The man I was cloned from, Freestar Collect, and the things he... So I really... You know, while we've got it... Or if... No telling how long... Then I guess it's just...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she'd...
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terrormorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject. Perhaps you could summarize.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, while no one would argue, they've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival seems at best panic. And
I would remind the Chief Diplomat... I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tauceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terrormorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I can't help but agree with the Captain. Attempting to open the archives, it seems like the right way forward.
It does, doesn't it? All right. I withdraw my objection.
You and I are in agreement. So, if there are no other objections...
An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terrormorphs.
Terrormorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terrormorphs' influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Thermonic projection. Some Terrormorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control. You kill the morph, you break the hold. Let's do it.
That's unlocked.
My God, don't
Got a bottle of antiseptic? Then I don't need you.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Just stand there. Good.
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over anymore. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can. Those things.
Heard you might be looking for some backup.
You two have any...
Only the brief they just gave on the way here.
Surviving a full-on...
We're not UC security. We're not afraid. But we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. Roger that.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right... I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Take care of yourself, sir.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all...
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am. You've
Captain?
got the cabinet's full back to
Hadrian?
prevent more attacks.
It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. Your concerns about the...
Thank you, ma'am.
No, you two were in the right. Now, today, you will have our full support, but to accomplish those goals. As such, as soon as we've got the date... Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, someone who the Cabinet want... We do. In exchange. So... I'm glad to hear. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in. Deputy McIntyre, and you should be able to find... And on behalf of the whole...
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer F.B.A. Start getting the plan together for that data.
Heroes were minted down at that spaceport.
Chief Yassine, these orders... A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you I heard I was also in... Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terrormorph data and beyond. And that means first getting you into the archives. Someone paid attention. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of UC. Now, the UC is already on. Get them both and... I couldn't agree more. Both ambassadors. Now, I'll provide guidance on... And I do mean... Though that... But it does mean we need to get... Who do you want to start with? The good Ambassador Ratcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to... And who knows? Maybe that'll work. But my suspicion... Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters. Wait, but getting caught trespassing is a quick way. So, if you are going to try and access the device... Now, we recovered some intel, but there's also a All right. Here, and take these. Ambassador Balmore, when the rest of House Varun retreated into he's since lent his support, though claiming to know how... It does. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now. Scans of the Your task is to find him and... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door. Here. This... And fair warning, we received a report. Now, if you have I'd suggest you be smart out there, Cap.
What? Oh.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office.
You our visitor? You'll find the ambassador in our office. Go on through.
Terrormorphs. More than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? What are you? Ah, you're the one, McIntyre. You have my thanks for what you did. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe, that now the use... I can only presume... Excuse me. Let me be frank, Captain. I will not be the one We'll oversee the Fine. Tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Exactly. It's like...
require my presence in the future.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the... I suspect the Venom tree Tell me though, is the rest of... Is that right, huh? Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of Terrormorphs, a worrying occurrence, sir. So the UC... The preservation of life. But, if I am to grant... For years, House Varun has been known with... In exchange for my code, I required the knowledge you ask. Well then, please. Let's hope it still works. There. Let it be used for good. The Great Serpent guide your path.
Okay. Hello.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. Indeed. And we've no time to... And now, when you get down there, the UC monitor will give you an... Here. Absolute...
How have you felt about the UC's response to it?
Approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Howdy.
There you are.
Captain? Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. Figure out if we've been asking the right question. So whenever you're ready. Yep, Percival and I. So with the data, the Red Devil's headquarters on Mars. Though it sounded like the deputy...
Indeed. The most important of which...
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet's everywhere these days.
All right, Captain. Good. This isn't the only... Please raise your hand. Captain, through your... through service, rape... Good enough, I suppose. Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colony. Here, your official... We've also let the Aphelion... Now, the other... There's a member of the... Normally, we would... And they've stated they'll... So I need your... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator.